Welcome to this cold day in Fort Myers. I'm gonna give you the Fort Myers, Florida real estate market report. It's almost 40 degrees outside. This is cold for us. Hey, where's our sunshine, right? Nothing, guys. I'm gonna give you all the details about the Fort Myers real estate market report. I know you guys gonna love this report. And if you guys need any help, I'm over here to help. Hey, this is Manny, your pool home realtor. Let's do that report. So today we're gonna be talking about the Fort Myers real estate market. There's a lot of numbers over here that we're gonna go through, and wait until you see what the prices have done over here in this past year. Nothing, guys, let's start over here. I got over here my notes. So active inventory right now, we're looking at 1,700 or 1,721 properties. So this is not including North Fort Myers or Fort Myers Beach or the Alva area. So this is just plain Fort Myers, South Fort Myers, and all that area. So right now in inventory, we're looking at roughly the same as we were in 2019. And one thing too that I always gonna tell you guys is, remember, real estate is always local. What's happening over here is not the same thing that's happening in Cape Coral, which if you guys are interested in that video, double check this one out, or Lehigh too as well. Totally different prices. So this is just plain Fort Myers. So inventory, yeah, inventory is the same thing as 2009. And if you guys keep following me for a long time, you guys know that I always compare everything to 2019 because 2020, 2021, and 2022 were some kind of a odd years for us over here in the real estate market. So that's where we are right now. Pool homes, we got 1,040 homes available for sale. They're starting at 280 all the way to, I think it's 16 million. So if you guys want to check all those properties, double check the description below or go to my website, livinginfortmyersflorida.com. You're gonna see all those properties over there, and you could double check pool homes, regular homes, condos, and all that. So I'm gonna show you over here the sold for Fort Myers. As you guys could see, this was 2019, 18. This was the sold with, this is that 2021, 2022 going down. So I could see a little bit of pullback in demand, but I mean, if you put this over here, it's almost a little bit less than 2020-ish, 2019. One thing though too that I don't see prices going down in Fort Myers, which you guys gonna see those prices, is that inventory is not as crazy like it is like in Cape Coral. So as you guys know, Fort Myers is already a well-established community or town. So we don't have over here that much of a place to build properties for sale. I know there's a lot of development out there for rental, but for sale it's a little bit limited. There's a little bit of pockets that they're building, but Cape Coral is just, that inventory over there is exploding right now. So there you have it, $1,700 active inventory right now in Fort Myers, almost compared to what it was in 2019. I don't see a bigger drop in price based on that. So let's double check over here price really quick so you guys know what I'm talking about. And, make a right decision if maybe Fort Myers is a really good town for you to buy a property over here. Come over here. Let me double check the sell price. So, all right, I want you guys to look at this graph. This was, of course, 2018. We went over here, 2021, 2022. This is where the Fed starts saying, hey, we're going to increase sales. So this wasn't because of the 2%. 2.5% interest rate. This was already at the 4% interest rate part of it. This is where we used to be at that 2.5, 2.75. But this is where we at. And then roughly, if you guys could see, we have a little drop. But then, this is that December 2023, December 2024. We did have a little drop over here, but suddenly start to coming up. And when you compare the December of 2023 to this December 2024, we got a staggering 4.3% of increase. Yeah, it wasn't as crazy as this. So, I think that would be this one. This was that December, and we went up. So, you could start seeing a little bit of movement over there in this. Another thing, too, that you have to look into in Fort Myers for the Fort Myers market, the Fort Myers market is a really seasonal market. As you guys can see, you see the little peaks and valleys over here, too, as well. So I got to dig into it to see what happened over here in this drop. I think this was 2024, the beginning of 24. We did see a pullback. So if you're thinking about buying over here in Fort Myers, just take in consideration, a lot of people, they're saying, oh, insurance is a little bit high. One thing though too that I did notice in 2023 and actually in 2024 with some of the properties that I closed for some of my clients, that if we could get insurance for, let's say, somebody in Orlando, somebody in Miami, Palm Beach and all that, for some reason we're getting a little bit cheaper. And this is apples, compare apples to apples, because we get somebody local over here in this area and the rates are, you know, $500, $600 more than compared to any other places. That's a tip that I'm gonna give you. If you're thinking about buying a property over here, just tell that to your agent, or hey, just call me and I'll guide you through it. But that's what I saw in 2024. If we use like an out-of-town insurance agent or, you know, home insurance agent, the rates tend to be a little bit lower. And I did call a couple of local companies and ask them, and nobody, you know, give me that information. I don't know why, but you know, you could save some money on that. That's just a tip that I'm gonna give you. So hopefully that would be beneficial for you. If you're already working with somebody, please just tell them, hey, can we get a quote for somebody out of town? Or you could get your own quote as well. And make sure you could compare those apples to apples, okay? Price-wise, I think price-wise in Fort Myers, we're probably gonna start seeing the same trajectory, you know, normal, nothing, you know, any gains, you know, crazy gains. We might, and depending, you know, historically, whenever we pass an election year, historically prices go up. I think it's 4% what the big professionals are always saying. So historically, that's what always happened after an election. So, you know, if you're looking at over here at 4.3, you know, this might start going a little bit more this year. You know, once again, historically, what the professional is saying is that always, once we pass an election year, prices tend to go up. Let's see if this is the same or this happened the same. Once again, I think we might see a little bit bump more, nothing crazy. Maybe interest rate come down, maybe less than 6%. We're probably gonna see a little bit more appreciation over here in this market. And as always, this market is not the same thing that's happening in Cape or Lehigh, Estero, Bonita, or even though in Tampa. So just keep that in mind always, always, always. Real estate is local. All right, so I'm gonna give you my quick recap over here in the Fort Myers market. I think for the new construction properties, I think we probably, and actually in 2020, from 2023 to 2024, we saw a decrease in 25% less built. As you know, we don't have over here that much land or what they call it, the spot lot, land that is out of communities like Cape Coral does. So over here, the new construction market tend to be a little bit lower than, let's see, for example, Cape Coral. So I think these oncoming years, we're probably gonna see that pull back. Based off that type of inventory that are hitting the market, you know, we're a little bit, I would say Fort Myers is more neutral in inventory. It's not as crazy as those other towns. Another thing too that we're probably gonna start seeing in Fort Myers is little communities popping it up. Like, I don't know, in the Buckingham area, we got a couple of communities, maybe, you know, between 100 and 300 properties, you know, maybe 250 range. I know there's some other projects that there are less than 100 properties. So we're probably gonna start seeing those little pockets of communities popping it out here and there just to trying to bring a little bit more housing over here in the area. So there you have it, guys. This is what I think is going to happen over here in Fort Myers this next year. Inventory wise, we might see a little bit of bump, but you know, of course, the demand now we go into season, you know, we're probably going to consume that, and depending on the properties. New construction, if you guys are thinking buying over here, take a peek of the new construction communities. You're getting the best deal on those properties right now too, as well, in the aspect of interest rate. You know, they're doing your closing costs and all that. So you know, if you need any help with that aspect, let me know. Double check the description below. I'm gonna put over there my guide on how to buy new construction. You never have bought new construction. I lay down everything over there for you guys. Other than that, this is what's happening in the Fort Myers market. As always, subscribe, like my channel, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next Fort Myers, Florida real estate market report. Take care, guys. This is Manny, your Pool Home Realtor. Bye-bye.